Hello everyone, my name is Chris and I spent 10 hours playing Bastion and went from Diamond 3 to Masters 3 as this character is completely busted and overpowered. Let's get started. My absolute first game on Bastion after a very long break, and I am still getting used to every single button that you can possibly press on this character. This was a very clunky 1v1 against the enemy Tracer. I should have just meleeed after the nade. It was super duper lucky that the rebound got her in the end. Yet, my character is just super duper overpowered and you are being a complete tank buster, and if a dude is out of position and you have your turret form ready and the team is ready to follow up on you, you become an unstoppable force. The ultimate is really easy to use if you have any CC abilities to pair it up with, and here I decided to swap Symmetra for the last fight of this round, and we actually won the game in the end because of that. Dudes were playing Orisa and Genji, and they just did not find the answer to my answer to their answer. Second hour of the challenge, and I have won quite too many games and went from Diamond 3 to Masters 5, I believe. And this is when I paired up with my Masters 2 friend, and we decided to duo for some time. And Jesus Christ. The first game we played together was against top 500 Wrecking Ball OTP called Morweth, who's playing on Moira and doing his Moira to Grandmaster challenge. And this was one of the games where I just realized that my mechanical skill is not up to date with my ability to solo carry lobbies like this. Luckily for me, I had a great team that would back me up on that. Don't get me wrong, my aim is fantastic. It's all coming down to my positioning and ability cooldown cycle, because on Bastion it is very important how and when you use your form. We got exceptionally lucky and almost pushed the card to the second point, and apparently this was enough. After a few failed attempts, we were able to combo Orisa plus Bastion ult for a nice kill, and then secured the first point and went for a second. And here is gonna be the last clip of this game. My Widowmaker absolutely carried it. Thank you very much for the W. It feels like when you are doing trioing or going for a full stack, you have to multiply the difficulty of your lobbies, I feel like 1.5, 2 times at least, but in return, everyone is ready to communicate, everyone has the mic on, and you rarely see a person that is not going for the comms when you ask him to do it. It feels like this game was absolutely amazing. We had a meta tank and we were just crushing our opponents. Dudes decided to play Zenyatta, Hanzo, Cassidy, which are very outdated and non-meta characters, was Chunker Queen. And it feels like what happened is when you are doing that is my character works so much better than their characters. I feel like Illari is just the better Zenyatta in the current meta, and we were just completely blasting through them. There is nothing they can do. We are just clicking buttons, our funny little buttons. Orisa is pressing Fortify, and there is not a single hero on the enemy lineup that can do anything against her. And here I am going for the transform. Unfortunately, Zenyatta popped the trans, although it would have been an easy double kill. We clunked up the Orisa Bastion ult here, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We did it twice, to be honest. Like a complete domination, 130-0. They are completely out of position. There is nothing they can do to save themselves. If they are trying to push the card back, we are always on the high ground, ready to meet them. Well, this was a beautiful moment. It feels like Orisa is one and only tank that can do anything against Bastion in the current state of the game. Yet, if you catch her without cooldowns, she is going to be an easy... Just Cassidy things. 46% win rate. Like, God bless Cassidy players. They are the sanest Overwatch players alive, it feels like. And yeah, it is just that easy, to be honest. Like, when you get the grip of the Bastion's abilities, there is nothing that can stop you. You are just being too dominant, too like you're just applying so much pressure. It is absolutely insane. I feel like hour 4 was the time when I realized that my mechanical skill is finally up to date with my current rank. It feels like I am Masters 4 and I'm going to be a little bit hard stuck in that rank for some time, and I will be able to break that plateau when I will realize one very, very important aspect of Bastion gameplay, and thanks to the educational video by Spilo that actually taught me that this was super duper important, and without it you will never be able to achieve anything great playing Bastion. So yep, great clips. We are rolling the next hour. It's funny how every single time I'm playing Bastion, the only way I can lose the game is when one or two of my teammates are directly throwing it for me. Outside of that, it is not going to be an easy win for the enemies whatsoever. I am going to destroy the enemy tank if he's playing out of position. I will... It is incredible what you can do on Bastion, and here is a great combination with window plus turret form. We were able to find the kill onto the solo Ana here, and there is nothing they can do. This is going to be the last fight for their half, and they weren't even able to capture a single point. Like, you are just being too dominant, you are just being too present on the character. You are great against every single tank, you are great against characters who are breaking the line of sight with their supports and don't have the burst healing onto them. And it is like, I don't know, games are so easy. Hour 6, another Eichenwalde map, and games are very, very much in favor of the team that has the meta composition. Right here, we are just completely spawn camping the dudes for 3 minutes in a row. And mind you that this is a mid-masters level, and opponents are pretty proficient in their mechanical skill. They know how to aim, they understand what positions to take, yet there is just nothing they can do against us. It's either I have a 50-hour smurf on my team that's completely carrying the game, or I am being the person that's just bringing too much value to the table. Yet I have personally never had a spawn camp on Eichenwalde like that. Even if I'm playing like a busted character like Soldier in his prime, or I was playing Cass in Season 3, like it absolutely does not matter, as I'm just like being chilling in their backline, just throwing nades, and they are just dying from cringe. It's that easy, trust me. And I just don't quite understand why would you play Soldier 76 in the current meta where you can play Bastion. Hour 7 was by far my most challenging game, as we were playing against the Wrecking Ball, but he was absolutely not the problem. This dude on the Echo was the real carry that was playing against me, and I had to give my everything in order to defeat this final boss. First of all, the dude was playing on a flying character, and even though it is going to be an easy matchup if he's overcommitting and making mistakes, just like here, this was the first time he overcommitted, and other than that, he was just completely destroying me with stickies and his beam. Even if it's an easy matchup, he was making it so much harder than it should be. And then the dude would go in and swap Bastion against me. And it was a fight for our lives, trust me. The first point was a complete disaster, as the enemy Wrecking Ball decided to just completely feed. And here was the second point. They are completely cooking us 85-0. There is nothing we can do, and I am here for the savior. It's very important to take the high ground on Bastion. It's very important to like know when and how to use your turret form, and the knowledge of that actually completely turned around my game from like being a very mediocre Bastion player to completely devouring everyone who's trying to do anything illegal in my team's territory. This is insane. This is going to be the last fight for this hour, and wow, dude decided to swap Ball to Reinhardt into a Risa Bastion. Rest in peace, my friend, rest in peace. You will be forgotten, or yeah, remembered. When we're talking about difficult games, this Esperanza one is definitely going to be the top of my list. You can actually see how much harder my lobby is. Like went from being like diamond level to almost GM1, and this is absolutely insane. I have an imposter syndrome for like some time when I was like, why would I even play in this lobby? But then I remember what sacrifices I have to make in order to get to that level of play, and I'm just better than this dude that's aiming. I'm just better than them at my understanding of the game, and thus it is me who deserves playing there. Hour 9, and it feels like I completely understood what I have to do every single second of the match, as I had the chance to play against pretty much every single difficult character when it comes to Bastion counters. It feels like I learned how to play versus Divas, Arisas, Genjis, Hanzos, and to be honest, none of them are going to be an offensive problem. You will only get punished if you are overcommit against these characters. Yes, Diva can completely eat your turret farm, and there is nothing you can do. She only works on verticality maps, and if you want to play Diva on a flat brawl map, she's just gonna get completely dominated by Arisa. And every single time you want to go for a rock, paper, scissors, I have one question. How can you forget that there are 4 more players on my team? And when you are giving up all your strength, all your resources in order to counter me, and then quickly realize that you have nothing to do against one of my players. And yes, I am never going to be a carry when I'm playing into a like Arisa, Genji, Hanzo, as I just don't have the potential to like kill them, as they have so many defensive options, and then they could just like break the line of sight and then hold the distance. Well, in reality, I'm just gonna win regardless, and this is the strength of Bastion. You are just creating so much space, and you can do what other DPS can't. And thus, this is why I absolutely love playing this character. It brings me joy, it makes me really enjoy Overwatch as is. I love it. I love it. This is amazing. Last and final hour of the challenge, and it's interesting how I matched up against the Noob Hunter on Genji, and this was a really anime main character kinda brawl, kinda fight. Unfortunately for him, he lost it, but he took it like a man, which I absolutely respect. It feels like I can climb so much higher than Masters 3 that I'm currently at. I can go GM5 for sure if I will just continue playing Bastion. Unfortunately, my ADHD will never allow me to play one character for a prolonged period of time, and thus I will have to suffer my way through ranked. I'm still thinking whether I should play this or whether I should play that, but in reality it absolutely doesn't matter. I realize that I don't care about my rank, I don't care about how many games are win or lose. It's all about pure improvement and having fun on the character. It feels like this is the most important thing. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully this wasn't educational, as I did not intend it to be that way. Let me know in the comment section what do you think about Bastion. See you in the next one. Take care.